Okay, this is the current project we're going to be working on right now. This is a 64 VW Notchback sunroof. So it's a, I think they call it 1500S, 1500S. This one was imported from Canada. Yeah, this is from Canada. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of rust here. Up here, this is all cancerous. Under the hood, there's a few spots, but we have a donor clip here. Donor clip will take whatever we need out of it and graft it into the new car. We did the pan already. You can see it's lowered in the back, so we put the horseshoe drop plates from Russell over at Old Speed, and he also made us drop spindles for the front. And we're gonna keep the stock beam for now. I might change it to a bug beam and then change the whole front end. Haven't decided yet, but this is what we're doing for now. Disc brakes up front, drums in the rear, freeway flyer, engine already, or excuse me, transmission already. Engine is going to be I think this one's a 2054, and we're going to do a conversion. So instead of a Type 3 motor, it's going to be a upright, kind of outlaw style. We'll get this thing whipped up, metalwork done into body and paint, interior seats done, and then this will be up for sale. Be a shop build for sale if anybody's interested in it. Anyways, as the progress goes on, I'll keep you posted of how the work is going. It's been a long time since I've had this for quite a while. I just haven't had a chance to work on it, but since my son has helped me a lot with the welding, and we're gonna try to knock this out together. Anyways, I'll keep you posted as we go. Here's a little look inside. A lot of work down there we have to do still. The body just sitting on top of the pan, it's not bolted down. A lot of work in here in the seal. I better get started. I'm gonna work on the easy stuff first. So I'm gonna fix these patch marks, patch those up, patch this corner up here, and then I'll work on from here going back. So I don't lose track, there's so much to do. Okay, this is the first area I'm working on. I cut this out, it was rotten already, so cut that out, give me better access to what I'm dealing with. All down there is rotten, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut out this whole section here and graft in the new section. So I'm gonna use this as a cut line right there, down across, and then on the back side here, I've established a cut line from here up, over, and that'll cover this area here, and then down, up and around here, get this thing out of there, and then I'll take the donor, cut that piece out, graft it in here. Okay, we've got that section cut out. Here it is right here. This is the inside. Inside right here. I need to cut this out here so I can graft that piece in. That it just fell apart. It's just Swiss cheese. And then I'll use that one as a template to cut out my other section. And then I'll graft it in. Okay, this is the donor piece. I have a rough idea of the area I'm going to cut out. I already cut the section out here and cut that right there. It's bigger than what I need, and then I'll trim it when I get to the bench. Having to go through these discs, cutting discs, because they're not very good. They came from Amazon. Don't buy this one. It stinks. One of these, I used it from here to here. Done. It's garbage. Don't buy it. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. Okay, this is the section that just came out of here. This is going to be the piece we're going to graft in. I'll have to trim some of it off to make it fit. I noticed that it had some damage, so I'm going to take it over to the bench and hammer that out first. Prep it up. Okay, we got the section cut out of the car here, ready for grafting. This is the donor piece. It's going to go in next. Start welding it up. I had to cut it in two pieces, so the piece that goes down here, I had to cut it so I can get it to fit, but I'll put this in and then we'll get it welded in and keep you updated on the progress. Okay, this thing is mocked up. We just line up the top. We're gonna weld in the top and then we'll weld the bottom in after the top is secured. So we'll go ahead and weld that in, and then there's a few pieces like here, just too big, we'll patch that up. And then we'll put in the second panel down there once this is grafted in. Next up, welding. Okay, I got it cleaned up. It doesn't look too bad. I think I'm just gonna graft this piece in right here. I'm gonna clean up all this rust first since it's open. Make sure these bolts are free. So once I get that in there, I'll graft that other piece in there, then I'll graft a new piece into here, and it should be good. Everything else looks pretty solid. This piece in here was rotten, so Dre can just cut that piece out. Bent it on the bender, and is gonna graft it in. Okay, got this piece all mucked up. There's a few holes in this we're gonna fix before we weld it in. It's easier to fix it while it's out of the car and on the bench. So we'll fix that up first and then graft it in. Now we're gonna graft in a new piece here. We're gonna cut this out. There's two pieces here. This is the outer layer and then there's the inner layer. So we'll cut this one out, grab a piece from the donor, weld it in, and then I'll work on the inside, which are the heater channels. Heater channels are always gone on these things. But I already cut most of it out. You can see there. And I'll cut some more out and graft a new piece in. And then I got this side to do as well. this up piece out. Might have to weld in. Weld that side in most of the way. I'm gonna weld it there. Can't see the bottom. Okay, this is where I'm at so far. I've got the majority of this welded in. If you remember, I had to cut this in 2 pieces. So there's 1 piece, second piece, and then that's the original bumper bracket, and then piece grafted in there. There's a few little holes here. You know, this is was rotten metal, and so I'll make a few plug holes. I'll make little small pieces of metal, plug those in. This part here was grafted in as well from the donor car. That piece down there grafted in. Corner down there grafted in. There's still a few holes down there we gotta fix. Center piece here that was gone on the other one, and then we'll rebuild this entire piece right here. But I thought I'd take a break from that. Oh, and the cowl is in, and I still got to plug weld those. So taking a break from this to address what I thought was just a hole right there, and this is rotten all the way over to there. It's horrible. So I thought, well, I'll drop the pan, see what it looks like, and of course, it's bad. There's just nothing here. This little triangle piece here on the top of the Napoleon, the bolts underneath there are supposed to bolt into the pan. Those are gone. There's nothing there. So I'm gonna take the piece from here all the way out from the donor and graft that in. So I already cut that out. And the donor is not perfect. So this is what it looks like. So I gotta patch this. I'll build a piece here, go to fill that in. I'll fix this. I'll chase all the threads. Anything that needs to be fixed, I'll fix this in its entirety. Make sure it's nice and strong. Get rid of the rust as much as I can, and then I'll graft this in. So it'd be good from the Napoleon to about 12 inches onto the heater channel. But as you, I think, already saw, the heater channel over there is gone. So I'll be able to replace it from here all the way to the Napoleon there. So I'll have to find a piece from there to there to fit in. So I might just make it here in the shop. Be a lot faster than trying to source one and have it shipped to me. So I'm gonna try to get this done by the end of the day. See how it goes. Okay, this is where we're at. Still got a little bit more to finish up. Gotta spot weld those little holes there, and then I gotta put a piece down here to fit that in. But that's been rebuilt. The heater box under here has been patched up, and this has been patched up. I'm gonna dry fit it right now. I'll probably cut out the portion in the car and here, take some measurements, and then dry fit it and see where I'm at. And then I'll call it a day. Okay, we got this area peeled back to see what we're dealing with. It was super bad. The bolt fasteners for the pan to go in there were just rotten. So I started cutting back as much as I could to see what we had to replace. We're gonna have to replace this entire thing like I thought. So I'm gonna cut this section out here, and then cut up there, get that out of there. I have a donor right there. I just found this piece in our storage. It's type 3, so I'm gonna grab that entire piece into here. So I did the bottom piece first, and then I discovered that the door hinge is cracked. So after this piece is welded in, I'll peel this back. Well, and obviously gonna take the door off. Weld the hinge back on the inside here to fix that. I'll record that as well. But first thing I'm gonna do is clean all this up and prep it for to graft the new piece in. So wrapping up some of the welding on the notchback and on the heater channels. I just realized that when we did most of the welding, the camera wasn't working. So I'll show you what we got done so far. Okay, on the heater channel so far, we got this piece in so far. This is heater channel from actually a late model type 3. So the vents are slightly different, slightly wider, but it works fine. Still have to make a piece for there to fit in, no problem. And then the reason I took that piece out right there so I could fix the hinge portion. And then when I'm done with that, I'll patch that up. So new metal here, all new heater channel, new used. Trying to refabricate this portion here because the old one was completely rotten. A lot of welds in there, but we'll get that all cleaned up, fixed up. All the holes line up properly, fits really good. We'll finish this end here, and then I'll start this side of the heater channel over here. This one is not as bad. We're gonna keep this heater, or this portion in. I'm gonna peel back the rusty part area here, see what's under there. If the tubes are bad, I'm gonna replace the whole thing. If they're good, I'll just repair it. But this portion here, all underneath is rotten, so I'm gonna at least take this portion out here, replace it with a new one. Gotta fix that under there, and I imagine the bolts are rotten too. So I'll work on that today and try to film most of it or all of it. Some other work we did on the notchback. This is a previous owner that put a 6x9 speaker in there, so we just patched that up. Shape that, put that in there, and we'll clean the rest of this rust primer, epoxy primer, and get that going. There's I think a hole right here we need to repair, right there, but we'll get to that next time. Okay, so I'll go and finish cutting all that out right there. And then it looks like I only need a portion from here to here. This looks pretty good. I might cut that off to see what it looks like and then weld it back in if needed. But we'll see how it goes. I'll bring you back in just a minute after I get some work done. And I gotta put a mask on. We've got the other one cut out. This is the new one, grafted in. We're grafting it right now. The part right there is rusty, so we can fix that part right there. But there it is, going in slowly, surely. Here's some of the progress on the notchback. We have that heater channel repaired. Small little hole over there we need to fix still. This side is completely replaced. with the late model Type 3. This part is grafted in, body's mounted. Had a few repairs to do, one right there. Dragon's doing a few more repairs back there. Still have to touch up a few holes inside here. That's been repaired. Dragon's gonna well, that patch panel in there has been done already that way. And I'm working on the doors right now. I've just got the steering column installed. And the problem I'm having with the door is this door was frozen. The hinges are frozen. Does not move at all. Zero. So I'm gonna apply some heat to try to free that up a little bit. Should be moving a lot easier than that. Try to soak it with the fluid, still not working. Rust particles are coming off now. Now I could probably put some Freon or some type of lubricant in there to open better. Okay, there you go.